All right, my bad. I'm back. I really need to figure out this damn TikTok live and how to disconnect calls. I'm gonna wait at a few people, wait for a few people to get into the room, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. We will get started in a moment. Let a few people join the room, and we'll go ahead and get started. How y'all doing out there, family? Hope everybody is enjoying their month of December. This is my favorite time of the year. Obviously, I do enjoy the holiday season. To the super woke crowd out there, I do put up a Christmas tree and all of that stuff. And you can say what you want, Yeah, I put up a Christmas tree every year. Yes, I do. Have been doing it since I was a kid. That's just something that my mom would she look at me like, you better not give up that Christmas tree. I don't care how woke you are. I don't know. That's just something that my mama kind of always helped me to maintain. It's putting up a Christmas tree every year, and it's not even about the story, the whatchamacallit, the whatever Christmas is supposed to be about. As far as Jesus and the resurrection and all of that stuff, we don't get into none of that part. We just enjoy putting up a tree, being cozy during the holidays, and watching my kids' eyes glow as they wake up in the morning and open gifts. So I enjoy that because I enjoyed it when I was a kid. So I kind of wouldn't want to deprive my kids of the same thing. So yes, that's why I put up a Christmas tree and all of that stuff. So the woke crowd is going to get me, but hey, that's a lashing I'm willing to take. That's a lashing I'm willing to take. Yes, I celebrate Christmas. Oh my goodness. It's not Saturnalia. I don't celebrate Saturnalia. Worshiping and praising of the homosexual gods. If you want to start going into Greek mythology, Saturnalia, which later would become Christmas, was a time of year, a festive time of year with the ancient Greeks, where they would get drunk and do some strange things to each other. The men would do something strange to their homeboy, and that's just what the celebration was. They beat up on their women, and stuff like that. And it was just a worshiping of the homosexual gods. That's what Saturnalia was about, and that would later become Christmas. But that's a whole nother story. We'll get into all that another time. The subject matter at hand today is, did immigrants build the United States? Or was it immigrants? Is it immigrants that are responsible for building up the United States to what it is today? Let me know in the comments. Somebody said yes. Okay, you believe that immigrants built this country. Okay. Anybody else? Because we're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. Did immigrants build the United States? That's what this discussion is. Did immigrants build the United States of America? Or, yeah, that's the question. Did immigrants build the United States? So the reason why I asked this question, because there's been a lot of politicians coming out, Anna Ocasio-Cortez, there's a lot of other politicians, but Anna Ocasio-Cortez says that this country was built by immigrants, and immigrants built the United States of America. Democratic Representative Pramila Jayapal, uh, she says that immigrants from Somalia, India, Latin America, and Africa built this country and made it what it is today. So that was a quote from Democratic Representative Pramila Jayapal. So are we agreeing with this? Did immigrants build this country? Well, let's go ahead and get into it. The immigrants build this country. Okay, so what are we considering an immigrant? Because some people will say, well, we're all immigrants, right? That's what I have a feeling a lot of y'all are going to say, that all of us are immigrants. Nobody is native to this land except the Native Americans, right? That's what y'all are going to say. I'm sure that's what people are going to say. I'm sure that's what people are going to say. So my interpretation of that is, if you want to say that FBA were immigrants or their ancestors came from Africa and stuff like that, then you can go ahead and make that argument. But that does not include the ethnogenesis that Black Americans had from Africa and became Americans and was instrumental into building the United States of America before and during slavery and after slavery with Reconstruction. So some people say that, like I said, these politicians are coming out and they're saying that immigrants built this nation. Okay, now I'm a realist, okay? So I will say this. You say everyone became Americans in the different ways. There's you could say that, but there's more to that. There's a gray area with that, and we could talk about that too. But when you talk about, some immigrants came through and helped with the building of America. Helped. See, this is the issue, because people are coming out saying that immigrants are solely responsible for building the United States of America and building the economy, and that is just not true. That's not true. Now, you had some Irish immigrants coming through and helping with the building of America. You had some Italian immigrants coming through helping with the building of America. Stuff like that. But the majority, the lion's share of this country was built by Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, built this country from the ground up. Was building this country before colonization from the British. Was building this country before then. You had Black native tribes in America before 1776. You had Black American native tribes that goes back thousands of years. You say Somalis are Black and we can claim it too? Listen, man, I mean, at one point in time, I believed that. Coming from a Pan-African mindset, which it was the mindset that I kind of had back in the days, I believed that. But the issue is, a lot of Somalis that I see online or in person, a lot of them did not claim Black. They didn't want to have nothing to do with Black. They say that they were not Black. They say that they were Arabs. I hear a lot of Somalis say that they are Arabs, not Black. And it seems like they're only starting to claim Blackness now because of this whole ICE raid and this whole issue going on with them, and they're kind of being on the hot seat right now. So now they're calling themselves Black, but for years, you did not identify as Black. Some of y'all actually come here and fill out the paperwork, identify yourself as white. You're able to do that. People of foreign lineage are able to come to this country and to classify themselves as white. People do it all the time. There's this documentary of this very dark skinned brother. He's from Egypt. He's an Egyptian man. He had a small afro. You can clearly tell that this is a black man. When he got to this country, they tried to convince him to put on the census that he's a white man, and he declined to do that. So big ups to that brother. But a lot of people do not do that. They will jump
Yeah.
on the train and they will take that whiteness and they will use it to the best of their ability to try to get a foot ahead, and they will step on a black person to do it.
I 100% agree with you. I'm from Egypt and Sudan, and a lot of like white people, if you tell them, oh, look, I'm black because I'm Nubian, right? I'm from southern Egypt and Sudan, they'll tell you, oh, like if you're from Egypt, you're not black. And I'm like, do you not see me right here? I'm black.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's, of course that, I mean, that's just what white supremacy is. They recruit people of different lineages to join them, and as far as and basically use you as a buffer class against Black Americans. That is the goal of white supremacy. So
100%.
so that's what that is. That's what it is. But there were native Black American tribes in the United States before the colonization. You had the Washita tribe. Okay, these were Black tribesmen, Black natives, men who are indigenous to this land. You had the Shinnecock tribe. The Shinnecock tribe are indigenous to the native lands of North America. Peace and power, FBA Friedman. Shouts out to Amaria. What's that? Xerxes 20. Just
I
saying
see
peace and
some
power.
Somalis. I see some Somalis in the comments saying, "I'm Somali. I'm black." I feel like the ones that you guys see that are not like claiming not to be black are the ones who are just online trolling. Because most Somalis that I know, they all say they're black.
Mm. Okay, and see, and that's the thing because we get a lot of that. And as a matter of fact, there was a lot of Somalis, and I guess you could say that they were trolling or not, but it still makes it very dangerous for Black Americans. But what they would do was they would get together in this app called Clubhouse,
Hmm.
and a lot of people, and not just Somalis, a lot of diaspora people from the Caribbeans, people from different parts of Africa, or what have you. They would get together in this app called Clubhouse, and they would just beat up on Black Americans left and right, up,
That's so
down.
disappointing.
Yeah.
Very. No, like, to be honest, there's a lot of Somali trolls on social media, and it's like you don't know if they really mean it or it's a joke. Because I see them, like, they post, like xenophobic things towards Egyptians or Sudanese, Moroccans, just anything. And I don't believe, like, I've met so many Somalis, and none of them treat me like that in real life. But on social media, there's so many Somali trolls. I'm like, is this what you think? And it's easier for you, like, to do it on social media? It's confusing.
Yeah, it's confusing, but the issue is when some of these people get into what's up, baby boy? Hey, come give me a hug. What's up, Emilion? Yeah, the babies is here. What's up, bud? Come give me a hug. Yeah, this the babies. The babies here, huh?
Oh, yeah, let's go wrestling.
You was watching wrestling?
Yeah, wrestling's coming here too.
Okay, well we gotta play. We gonna hang out.
What else to play?
We gonna find something. We gonna find something to play.
With me and Leon and wrestling?
Yeah, and righteous. And I'm gonna play with y'all too. Okay, so just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
Don't
She's
say,
upstairs. She's upstairs.
don't say no bad words here.
No, no, yeah. Don't say no bad words. Okay.
Okay, you
All
say
right.
bad words, you gonna get a whooping.
That's right. Okay. Well, go upstairs to see grandma, and I'm gonna see you in a minute. Okay. Yeah, you can put that right there. Okay. Yeah. The only issue with that is some of these people are trying to work themselves into office, and especially in office in politics, and they start making policies or making speeches saying things like they're against Black American reparations and stuff like that. So that's when it becomes problematic. So trolling on the internet and stuff is just one thing, but that's just the icing on the cake of the dangers that we see it as and the threat that we see that as, because they get into these positions of power and do things to undermine us. So that's the only issue. That's one of the main issues. That is one of the main issues right there.
Like, I'm not really familiar with like Minnesota and some Minnesota politics or whatever, but I just know there's a lot of Somalis there in Ohio. I live in Idaho, so like there's no black people and
Right.
there's no like stuff like that, you know. Very irrelevant state. But wait, what?
Understood. Understood. Um, Understood. Well, I got some of my questions answered today. I got so much going on in the background. I got the grandbabies here. So, listen, I am going to end this live. I appreciate everybody stopping in and speaking with me. I will be going live later on tonight. If you want to join me, you're more than welcome. I will be doing another podcast, the Rebellious Rhymer podcast. And if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Rebellious Rhymer podcast on YouTube, it would be much appreciated. And we will talk to you later. And remember, the revolution starts with you. Peace.